Hey, cheers. Let's chat right quick. So, listen. Today, the question is this: if you have a homegirl, and or a close friend, whatever you call them, and or you find out that her man, her husband, either her husband or somebody that she's dealing with in very close proximity, if you find out that that person is cheating on her or having relations with other women and she doesn't know anything about that, do you tell her? Or does it depend on the situation? Like, does it depend on how good of friends y'all are? Does it depend on how close y'all are? Does it depend on whether or not your friend is the type that she can handle the truth? Because there are situations where you tell a woman something and then she end up mad with you, right? She'll make up with him and forget him, but she be mad at the person who came and told her and brought her that news. Y'all know that's a real thing, right? So there have been times when people will say, you know what, now I ain't telling, because I already know how she gonna move. I already know she gonna, act like I'm the person to blame. Does it matter if, what if all y'all friends? Like, what if you have became friends with her husband in the process, so all y'all cool, and then you mess around and find out his little secret? Do you tell her? Because you just as cool with him as you are with her, but you've known her the longest, so you really only know him. Well, you don't necessarily have to know him through her, because you could be cool with him outside of her, and then those two just hooked up. But because you cool with both people, do you tell? Even though the leading person is her, she's supposed to be your friend. Do you not tell because you like, what, both of them are my friends, I'ma just not have nothing to do with that? What's the right move? Or does it depend on the situation? And I think that the answers that I may get, because please do share your answers in the comment. And I'm interested to know the guys. But what I find out to be true a lot of time with guys is that if they tell you something, they want to mess with you too, right? They don't tell you nothing like to warn you. They'll go ahead and let buddy play up under you, this, that, or the third. Then if you start confiding in him and he feel like he have a chance at hollering at you or being with you too, then he'll start feeding you little nuggets, little tidbits, And because we know that dudes do that, sometimes we'll play them like that. Like, we know that low-key he like me, so I'm gonna get as much information up out of him about his homeboy as I can, because I already know he itching to tell me because he low-key like me. So sometimes, once we realize that a dude, is moving in that way, we'll go and play it to our advantage. But yeah, a lot of times dudes will protect each other. They won't really give you the game. They'll just, hey, I ain't got nothing to do with that, and they feel like it's, a manly thing to not say nothing and just let you get took up through there, But now who they will tell the girl that they mess with. They will go home and tell their wife, and then they'll go home and tell, they're gonna pillow talk with bae, and they're gonna be like, tell everything. Let me tell you something. Dudes talk too. Them jokers is some pillow talking jokers. You hear me? Now, some of them, just if you a cool chick, you gonna get anything up out of them anyways, because they comfortable talking to you. But boy, if they one of them try to be incognito type dudes, and I don't really move like that. Oh, just wait till it's pillow talk time, baby. They finna tell everything you think you want to know. You just have to ask the questions the right way. You can't seem like you being nosy, and you can't seem like you care too much about it. Then you gonna get all the answers. Am I lying? If you know, you know. If you know, you know. You just got to play that thing a certain way. But anyways, and I don't even feel like it's playing a certain way. I just feel like you just have to know dudes. You just have to know how to move with them, especially certain ones. You just have to know how to move with them, and it's nothing you can't get up out of them. Conversation wise, gifts wise, whatever, but yeah, what is the right thing to do? For me, I think it depends on the scenario, because I always say, not if, and this is kind of tricky, but this is what I say. For me, if I know that it's a situation where, if I know my friend gonna be hurt if she find out I'm telling, because I don't want her to know that I knew and then tell her, right? So if it's something that I feel like is gonna be hurt, now if I know that my friend moving any kind of way, and if she just, like she like him, but it ain't that much or whatever, like I ain't got to tell her that, you know what I'm saying? She gonna find out anyways, and or she don't really care that much, so I ain't finna give her something to care about. But like her husband, this how I feel, and I could be wrong, and people could say I'm wrong. I take that, but I feel like if you're married to her and I'm her friend, your duty is to keep it out her eyes and ears, and mine too. Because if it crosses my eyes and ears, I'm telling. I'm not that loyal to you. I'm definitely gonna tell it to her. And if I don't tell her verbally, I'm gonna put her in a situation where she could see it. Then she ain't gotta say I told her. If it's something I feel like she really needs to know and she need to see, yeah, I'm gonna make sure she see. Not because I'm trying to hurt her or do anything, but I want her to know, because I don't want her to feel like I knew and then tell her why I didn't tell her. And the one thing I used to say, like, if it's a situation where, say, like, I know somebody have a disease or something like that, right? And then my homegirl finna mess with them, so I gotta tell that. So I used to feel like if it's a situation of life or death, then I have to tell that. Other than that, I don't have to tell. But in these days and times, it's always life and death at this point, because you don't know who have what, who doing what with who. So yeah, I feel an obligation, like, you got to keep it out of my eyes and ears. If she my dog, my friend, don't let me know that. The worst thing you could do is let me find out about that. And like, just don't. I need you to respect me like you respecting her. Because I feel like the worst situation you could have is when a man know that he could do anything in front of your friend and she's not going to tell you. And to me, if he can do anything in front of you, he can mess with you too if he really wants to. Because why? Because you done already showed that your loyalties, you don't have real loyalties to her. So when you don't really have no loyalties to her, number one, why are you her friend? Why are you even making your mouth say that you're her friend? And then what does he have to lose by trying you or being with you? Because either way, you're not telling. So for me, some of the reason why I be real straightforward about Negro I'm telling, because I want you to know that I'm not that friend where you could do that to. I'm not the friend that hold on.